What is good, YouTube? Nostalgia here, and today I have I guess you could call it a relatively brief video, especially compared to my last one, which I did a review, or should I say a tutorial on how to farm Blinding Light of Destiny. And that part 2 of that video actually ended up being over 30 minutes long, which was definitely a little crazy, but hopefully this video won't be anywhere near as long as that. So today I'm just going to be talking to you guys a little bit about the new release that recently launched in AQ Worlds. It's a new map. It's called Tower of Doom, and I believe it's related to, well, I don't know. So today we're going to talk about that and basically teach you guys everything there is to know about it in case any of you are confused, and just do a rundown on the overall release. So first thing you'll notice is Zoshi chilling over here as an NPC. So if we go ahead and click on him, he's got 3 options. He's got the Eternity Blade with the question mark, quests, and Tower of Doom. If we click Tower of Doom, all it does is basically take you to a merge shop, and all of these are purely merged. So all of these are purely obtained by merging one item, and those are monster trophies. As you can see, this one requires 300, this one requires 200, this one requires 100, this one requires 500. So the armors are obviously the most, but this will require 300 and 150. So as you can see, they're all monster trophies, and these monster trophies are dropped by the bosses on the individual floors of Tower of Doom. So, oh, what do you know, Chris has gone to me. Shout out to Chris, by the way, he's a good friend of mine and loyal guild member. Just telling him I'm recording. Anyway, so going back to what I was saying, so if you click on Tower of Doom, it takes you to the merge shop where you can see all of the stuff that you can merge using the monster trophies. So once you get that, if we click on quests, as you can imagine, quests bring up the quest box. So basically how this works is all of these will be read apart from the first quest when you first click on it. So when you first click on it, what it will say is defeat Clunk, excuse me, Dread Clunk defeated. And basically Clunk is the boss on the first floor. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors in total. All of these will be grey apart from the top one, which will be this colour. So it's sort of similar to Blinding Light of Destiny in the sense that it works systematically. You know, you have to complete the first one to get the second one, and then you have to complete the second one to get the third one, and so on and so forth. It's the same principle. So what you do is when you first go to here, just click accept on this quest. I'll do that. I'll demonstrate that for you. So you click accept, and apologies for the laggy computer. As usual, this Mac really hates me. I really need to take that in and find out why the heck it's being so slow. But anyways, so then you just run into here. So I'll show you what happens, and you'll get into these. Now this is where the release becomes very similar to Grimskull in the sense that you have to. There's rooms and rooms of these monsters, so you kill all these monsters. You have to kill every monster in the room to progress to the next room. As you can see, it says I've already cleared. This little sign pops up if you've already done it. So then you kill all these monsters, run through, and there's 10 of these rooms on every floor. So you have to go through 10 different room waves of these monsters to get to the boss of each room. And that's the same for floors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down to 9, or up to 9, should I say. And yeah, that's how that works. So every single floor you have to go through 10 waves of monsters, then you get the boss, then you accept the boss quest and you kill him. If I click this, it takes me straight back to the ground floor, right where I started. Now, lots of people who I know who've been doing this release, once they've gotten to the boss, they've clicked return to ground floor and they've come back here, they've gone quests, they've clicked quests, they've turned it in, then they've accepted the next quest and then they've gone on. You don't actually need to do that. The cool thing about this is if I run through the rooms, give you a little spoiler of what monsters are in the rooms. Sorry, apology for the wait. I'm just running through rooms. As you can see, we're up to room 4, floor 4, floor 5, 6. And this takes a little while to do. From a release perspective, this is definitely the longest and one of the hardest releases to do since in a while. Most of the releases that AQ Worlds have done have been no more than 20 minutes to complete the whole thing. This will take you a good 2 to 3 hours, depending on who you're with, if you're in a party of 6, and if they know what they're doing, i.e. using heal classes and boost classes and all this stuff. If you're working together as a team pretty well, you'll get this done relatively quickly, but if you don't, this release can take hours, as each floor, in the main, when we're at the ground level and there's that box, those boxes, each one, as it goes down and down and down, each floor becomes a lot harder to complete. All of the preliminary monsters will have like 30k health, and then the boss will have 600k, whereas this boss, being the first one, only has 13k health and he's level 25. You can solo him in less than a minute, less than 30 seconds. Whereas the bosses on the final levels, they've got 600k and they're level 60, and they will kill you like that. You need to be in a party to do them. Anyway, so if you notice, we're in the final room, the quest box has actually popped up here. So if you didn't accept the quest at the bottom, you don't have to return to ground floor, accept the quest, and go up here again. You can simply click the quest box, accept the quest, kill the monster, turn it in, and then if you walk through this grey button, this grey arrow, it'll take you straight to the next floor, which is this one. So if you walk through that grey section, it'll take you to this. Kill all the monsters and get to the boss. Walk through the next grey thing, it'll take you to this. So you don't actually need to come here at all, apart from when you first join the map. Even so, you don't need to do that. You can just go join Tower of Doom 1 or Tower of Doom 1, whatever, and then kill through. So you don't actually really need to come here. The only reason you would need to come here is because of this thing, the Eternity Blade. Now this is where it becomes even more similar to the Grimskull release. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. At the very end of the Grimskull release, there was something known as the Grim Blade, which was merged together using all of the stuff that you gained through going through the rooms. This one's similar, except not quite as hard to get. If I click, this tells you about it, and if I click Epic Quest, it's one quest, find the Eternity Blade, and basically you get this Eternity Blade through killing any of the monsters on the 9 floors. Any of the bosses, on the 9 floors. The monsters at the very end, the bosses you kill, they all drop Eternity Blade. However, there is one catch. These monsters, these very early monsters, they give a very low drop rate. So the chances of getting Eternity Blade from any of these monsters on these first few levels is very slim. It's probably 1 to 10%. The monsters in the middle, the drop rates increase. So you're now looking at 30 to 40%. And then towards the end, I'm not too sure exactly what the drop rates are, but they're a lot higher drop rates. So it's the first time I've seen a varying drop rate between monsters for items. But once you get to 65 plus monsters, the drop rate for Eternity Blade is going to be a lot higher, and you're almost guaranteed to get it from one kill. It's almost like a 100% drop rate. I haven't taken the time to go and study the drop rates, I just know that's how it works. And I got mine on around boss 8. I killed it once, boom, it dropped, turn it in, get the Eternity Blade, which does look quite nice. It's in my bank at the moment, but if you guys just go to the wiki Eternity Blade, or it's in the design notes, you'll see it there perfectly clearly. It is a nice looking blade, and I know a lot of people like it. So that's pretty much everything I need to talk about. There will be a badge. It hasn't been released yet, the art hasn't been designed, but soon AQWorlds will give you, if you've completed all of these and you've killed the boss in the final room, you've basically done everything, you will get a badge on your character page, which is definitely a big incentive to do this release. A lot of releases people don't bother doing because they don't give you any decent rewards. A badge on your character page is just enough for me, so yeah, there will be a badge. But also, it is a relatively fun release to do compared to some of the recent ones that have been launched that have been really boring. This one is actually quite fun, as every different level of the tower is more interesting and more complicated, and you have to work together as a team in order to get through it quickly. And it's a good release. I really do like it. The Eternity Blade is a nice looking weapon. It's not some ugly mud thing that a lot of the items recently have been. I haven't been a fan of the recent items, but this is a nice one. And also the only thing I don't like is the merge shop. I think the merge shop is rubbish, and I would never get any of these. But nonetheless, you still get a badge, you get a nice looking blade, and you get to team up with mates and stuff. So all in all, a pretty cool release, and I look forward to getting the badge on my character page. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this. I managed to just keep it under 10 minutes, but anyways, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Leave a comment on what you thought was what you liked about this and what your thoughts on the new release are, and I will see you guys at my next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.